We rebuild World War II airplanes. We specialize on the Merlins, the Allisons, and the Griffons. And these engines will go into the P-40s, P-38s, just all World War II, Mustangs. So worldwide, we send them out all over the world. I can do a restoration, old stock. We've done the fastest Mustangs in Reno. There's other shops that are doing this. We're not the only shop, but they do 2, 3 engines. We do 12, 14, 16 engines a year. That's a lot of engines. We got all kinds of customers coming in. We got the guy that is a collector, that he has anywhere from 5 planes to 40 planes, and we just keep building them up. And we got another guy that comes in and just wants one build, and he puts it in his hangar, he goes and looks at it and never flies it. And we got the customer that comes in and wants to fly every weekend, and he puts lots of hours. They go to museums. Some of them get them to give rides all around the United States. We have airplanes we have serviced for the last 25 years. We have airplanes that are just fresh from restoration, and with customers, just keep building a good relationship with them, and a lot of good things come out of it.
I've been flying behind Vintage V12s engines for about 25 years. I have over 2,200 hours in flying Merlin type engines, V12s and stuff. I've never had a failure with one of their engines.
The engine comes in, we take it all apart, and once it gets taken apart, it goes into one of these racks behind me. We're working in between 12 and 14 engines at a time. The guys will take it, some guys will start doing the cleaning, guy gets start stripping the parts, and then from there it goes into inspection, into MagnaFlux. Another group starts painting it, and once it comes from painting, then they're ready to assemble. Starts the sub-assemblies, and then from there it gets built up until it goes into the testing. We start up, we work our way up we run it for 4 hours from idle to takeoff hours. If at the end of, let's say, 4 or 5 hours, I feel like the engine is just not happy, the magneto is still not, the timing is not right, it doesn't sound right, or the stacks are still a little wet, I'm going to put another, we had engines that would run 10 hours, 15 hours until I say this is ready to go. We have a total of 16 employees. We have 14 mechanics and 2 secretaries.
Out of high school, Air Force, crew chief. After 4 years, then I was working on crop dusters down in Bakersfield.
Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be involved in airplanes and stuff, and I assemble the heads and banks all the way from the beginning as lapping them to the final assembly.
I do a lot of the machining for installing guides, valves, lapping the valves in, and also I do the harnesses, a lot of the electrical work.
I've been here for 12 years.
I've been here about 15 years this month.
Been here 27 years.
Everyone is able to do different parts of the engine. It takes 5, 10 years before I really turn somebody loose without me looking over their shoulder all the time.
This stuff has to fly. The quality has to be there.
I tell them, this is not a car. This is not a motorcycle where you can have a problem and you can just pull over in the side of the road. These are airplanes. We're going to have to do 110%.
When I'm doing a job and I'm looking at a part, I'm not saying, is this good enough? I'm saying, do I have something better? And I put the best that I got in there.
I like working here because it's not about money. It's always about how perfect you can make it, how just spot on it can be.
We have enough parts to keep the Waterbury community going for the next 20, 30 years. This is all World War II new old stock inventory. These parts that you see in the warehouse is stuff that was packed 70 years ago. I get parts from all over the world. Well, being able to keep history going, being able to work on these engines, and it's just part of me, I guess. It's all I've done for all my life.
He just lives and breathes building these engines and making them perform and sending them out where they're reliable and good product. An engine's only as good as the mechanic and the parts, and they have a great cache of parts that they're able to draw from and mechanics that can put it together.
Yeah, just love knowing that people are going to see something that, from a great war where there's great people doing great things, So it's nice to know that you can still be a part of, showing younger people the history of you know, how things used to be.
It's something I've always wanted to do. You know, I have fun. I come to work every day, you know, with a smile and stuff, and it's just a very fun job.
This is a dream job.
One time when I was like talking to some people at the air races, you know, just how proud you are, especially when you're playing wins, you know, the gold, you know, that's like the best thing in the world, you know? It's just like you're skipping up the ramp, you know what I mean? Because it didn't break and it won.
I kind of walked out on the ramp and I looked out and it was a silver race. There was about 8 airplanes out there. And I said, you know, I think we're gonna win this race. Well, every single plane, it was ours. So there was no way we're gonna lose.
We always win no matter what.